Hey guys, Andrew McFarland here from StartAJuiceBar.com. Hope you guys are feeling amazing, happy, healthy, and inspired to launch your businesses. Today we are talking about why you should never let your architect design your juice bar. Now I know this is a crazy statement and I'm going to share my perspective on this in a moment. But before I do, if you guys are new to the channel and you don't know who I am, you don't know what we do for over the last 10 years, myself and our company has had the pleasure of supporting people like yourself launch and scale and grow juice bar businesses, smoothie bars, acai bowl concepts, healthy plant-based cafes all over the world. So all the information that we're giving you here comes from experience. So diving into today's topic of conversation, actually, before I mention it, if you guys haven't pressed the like button yet, now's the time to do that. This is going to obviously help the algorithm expose this content to more people so that way we can empower one another to make the world a healthier place. And so now, diving into today's topic of conversation. A lot of people actually don't understand what the role of the architect is and the experience of the architect. So let me break it down and share with you why I don't think it's a good idea to have your architect design your juice bar space and what the alternative is if they're not going to design it. So, firstly, in the world of architecture, you have architects who specialize in residential, you have architects that might specialize in designing high-rise commercial buildings, architects that might specialize in certain realms of manufacturing. Whenever there's construction happening, an architect is going to be there to design the schematics, the official plans for the city or that governing body to approve. Now, in the world of food service, there are also architects who specialize in this sector because food service, just like every other sector, whether it's residential or the things that I mentioned, they have their own spectrum of criteria, whether that's the ADA compliance and what the percentage of gradients that the ramp needs to be in order to enter your space and how much distance it takes. There are all these technical faculties and aspects that need to go into planning your juice bar business based on the area that you're located in because the requirements are different in different places. And I mean, even within the states, within the US. So, and also if you're in Europe or you're in another country, you have to be aware of what the requirements are for that space. So architects are really, really great for this, having specific experience in food service. The reason I say it's not helpful and I would not recommend it, I mean strongly not recommend having an architect design your actual juice bar is because there's another layer of creativity that's involved in the design process. And this comes down to someone needing to understand the implications of where you place your equipment, right? Where the retail staff is facing, let's say, how far down they have to walk, the customer has to walk before they actually interface with that retail staff member, where your grab and go is placed, where the trash cans need to be. There's all kinds of things that an architect will not actually know the implications of their design because they've never run a food service business before. The analogy I kind of like to use is that, a chiropractor is a doctor, but you don't want a chiropractor doing heart surgery. Right? They know something about the heart, but more so as it relates to the spine, more so as it relates to their method of doing things. And so an architect is going to have a limited understanding of how a juice bar needs to be designed because they don't understand how a food service business actually runs. But they will know a lot about the criteria that the city has in place as far as how much space needs to be between the countertop and the back wall and what the requirements are there, how to drop the official plans and the words and the acronyms and things that need to be used when submitting these plans. So they're beneficial when it comes to that. I've seen too many situations where we've had clients reach out to us after their space has been designed by an architect and they've actually already finished their build out and they have critical problems with the way their design is. I mean, critical to the point where they can't really run their production because they don't have enough kitchen space. Now, you can't blame the architect. I don't blame them. I also don't blame the juice bar owner. It's a lack of experience. You don't know what needs to happen, and your space needs to be designed based on your menu. I see a lot of people that also come to me and they say, oh, I found a design somewhere. I'm just going to use that for my kitchen. And that's a huge mistake as well, because everybody's kitchen needs to be custom fitted for their menu, for their brand, for their customer experience. You can't find that there's going to be a universal, unless you have the same menu as someone else. Do not use someone else's kitchen design for your business. So what's the alternative? Our company, and it might not just be us, there are maybe people who you know who've run restaurants before. It's a pretty in-depth ask, so it's going to be probably unlikely that you're not going to bring someone on in a significant way to help you with this, but this is a service our company provides. We do a lot of location layouts for our clients, so that way they can give this, and we interface and speak to the architects. We also help hire the architects and give them the layout so that the architect understands, okay, now my job is much easier. And you can also subsidize, in a lot of times, that payment that you'd make for the architect in another direction, because you're going to make their job a lot easier, where they don't have to spend so much of their creativity. They're not doing as many iterations. They have a plan and they can go, okay, let's tweak it a little bit and then get it ready to send to the city for approval. So that's the alternative, is you need to really find somebody who understands the implications of your menu and the placement of things, and knows the production flow, right? The customer flow, everything, so that way you're not making huge mistakes. Because the two things that happen is, either I've seen this happen where after somebody realizes that they haven't designed their space well and they finish their construction, now they have to go back, submit new plans to the city, break walls down, add countertops, or whatever the problem is with the space that they ran into, or they have to simply live with it. And that can mean a lot of problems for their labor, their customer experience, their staff's overall feeling of satisfaction in their role. Because if your staff's running up and down your juice bar, or there's a lot of chaos where they're running into people and one another and it's just hectic, they won't feel, they already have enough to think about. It's going to add another level of stress and pressure in the environment if it's not designed well. So I can't emphasize this enough. It's really, really important. There are things that I take a moment and I've learned to really stress. This is one of them. It's hugely important. I really want you to absorb that. So I hope this helps give you guys some perspective. If you have any questions or comments on this, put it in the comment box below. Or if you want to just tell me you like the video content, that goes in the comment box below. If you haven't pressed the like button yet, now is another invitation and demand to press the like button so that we can get this content out to more people. If you're not subscribed to the channel, definitely you want to subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so this will alert you anytime we release new content. If you're not following us on Instagram, find us there at StartAJuiceBar. And then lastly, if you guys are podcast listeners, we have a podcast on Spotify and on iTunes. You can check us out there. And if you guys do need support, we have a full spectrum consulting and development agency. We can help you with everything from wherever you are now to really getting you open and making sure that you're as successful as possible. So send me an email at andrew@StartAJuiceBar.com. Would be happy to have that conversation with you all. And until the next one, hope you guys are doing well. I'll see you guys soon. I hope you guys have been enjoying all of the content. If you're in a place where you are really inspired to start your juice business, but you're not exactly sure what the next steps are, for you, we've created a free ebook, The 15 Steps to Starting Your Juice Business from Scratch. This is going to give you an overview of everything that you need to do, from just having a concept all the way to launching your business. Beyond that, if you're inspired to go even deeper, we've created an online course, the Juice Bar Master Blueprint, that is going to go into great detail into every single area of launching a successful juice business. There's links for both of these in the description below. I know you'll find a lot of value out of them. As always, wishing you guys a lot of success, and I'll see you at the next video.